Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess who lived in a grand castle. Near the castle was a deep, dark forest with a clear pond. The princess loved to play by the pond with her favorite golden ball. One day, as she tossed the ball into the air, it slipped from her hands and fell into the water with a splash. The pond was so deep that she couldn't see the bottom, and she began to cry, thinking her precious ball was lost forever. As she wept, a frog hopped out of the water and spoke to her. "Why are you crying, dear princess?" he asked in a croaky voice. Surprised, the princess replied, "My golden ball fell into the pond, and I can't get it back." The frog looked at her with his big bulging eyes and said, "I can fetch your ball for you, but in return, you must promise to be my friend. Let me eat from your plate, drink from your cup, and sleep in your bed." The princess thought the frog was strange, but she wanted her ball back so badly that she agreed. "Fine, I promise," she said. The frog dove into the pond and soon returned with the golden ball in his mouth. The princess was overjoyed and grabbed the ball, but instead of thanking the frog, she ran back to the castle, forgetting her promise. The frog called after her, but she didn't listen. That evening, as the princess sat down to dinner with the king and queen, there was a knock at the door. It was the frog. He had hopped all the way from the pond to remind her of her promise. The king, hearing the story, told the princess, "A promise is a promise. You must keep your word." Reluctantly, she let the frog in. He ate from her plate, drank from her cup, and when bedtime came, she carried him upstairs, though she was not happy about it, and placed him in a corner of her room. The next morning, something amazing happened. As sunlight streamed into the room, the frog transformed into a handsome prince. He explained that a wicked witch had cursed him, turning him into a frog, and only the friendship of a princess could break the spell. The princess was astonished, and over time, she grew fond of the prince. They became true friends, and eventually, they fell in love and got married. They lived happily ever after in the castle, never forgetting the lesson of keeping promises.